Chapter 4, Ethical Foundation of Professional Nursing. Values give direction and meaning to life and guide a person's behavior. They are freely chosen, prized, and cherished, affirmed to others, and consistently incorporated into one's behavior. Most people derive some values from the society or subgroup of society in which they live. They are derived from our cultural, ethnic, and religious backgrounds, societal traditions, peer group, and family. Values form the basis of behavior. Values exist within a person and affect the person's relationship with others. A person may internalize some or all of these values and perceive them as personal values. Personal values are rooted and influence one's attitude towards religion, honesty, love, sense of humor, peace, value, and work. Professional values often reflect and expand on personal values. Professional values are transmitted and acquired during socialization into nursing from code of ethics, nursing experiences, exposure to other nurses, teachers, and peers. Values are transmitted and learned through observation and experience. Values are greatly influenced by a person's socio-cultural environment. Values clarification is a process by which people identify, examine, and develop their own individual values. No one set of values is right for everyone. When you identify your values, you can retain or change them and thus act on a basis of freely chosen rather than unconscious values. Value clarification promotes personal growth by fostering awareness, empathy, and insight. Nurses need to know specifically what values they hold about life and illness. Early on, nurses need to explore their own values and beliefs regarding situations such as the following: an individual's right to make decisions for self when conflicting with medical advice, abortion, end of life care, domestic violence, child discipline, cloning and genetic engineering, having a child to provide a bone marrow transplant. Identification of personal values help nurses understand why certain situations bother them and decide whether they can accept the difference in values when providing care. Because nurses may be called upon to provide care to individuals who have made decisions that conflict with the nurse's values, self-awareness is important. Nurses must be aware of their own values or attitudes in order to recognize when a situation might affect the care that they are able to provide. Nurses also may need to help clients identify values as they influence and relate to their particular health problem. These steps may help clients clarify their values. List alternatives. Make sure that the client is aware of all the alternative actions and has thought about the consequences of each. Examine possible consequences of choices. Ask, what do you think you will gain by doing that? What benefits do you foresee from doing that? Number 3, choose freely. Determine whether the client chose freely. Ask, did you have any say in that decision? Do you have a choice? Feel good about the choice is number 4. To determine how the client feels, ask, how do you feel about that decision or action? Number 5, affirms the choice. Ask, what will you say to others, family, friends about this? Number 6, act on the choice. To determine whether the client is prepared to act on the decision, again, ask. For example, will it be difficult to tell your wife about this? Number 7, act with a pattern. To determine whether the client consistently behaves in a pattern, ask, how many times have you done that before? It is important that nurses provide information and behave in a value-neutral way that is non-judgmental when providing care and assisting a client in making an informed decision. Morals or morality or morals is similar to ethics. Morality usually refers to an individual's personal standards of what is right and wrong in conduct, character, and attitude. Morals are private and personal and form the principles and rules of right or wrong conduct. Ethics usually refers to the moral standards of a particular group, such as nurses, and are professionally and publicly stated. Moral principles are statements about broad general philosophical concepts such as autonomy and justice. They provide the foundation for moral rules, which are specific prescriptions for actions. These moral concepts have special relevance to nursing practice. These concepts form the basis of ethical principle for bioethics and nursing. Autonomy refers to self determination and the right to make one's own decisions. Respect for the person is incorporated and means that nurses recognize the individual's uniqueness, the right to be who the person is, and the right to choose personal goals. Non-malevolence means the duty to do no harm. This principle is the basis of most codes of nursing ethics. Beneficence refers to doing good. Nurses are obligated to act in the best interest of the clients and their support person. Justice is often referred to as fairness and treating people equally. Nurses frequently face decisions in which a sense of justice should prevail. For example, a nurse is alone on a hospital unit and one client arrives to be admitted at the same time another client requires pain medication. The nurse must weigh the situation and act based on the principle of justice. Fidelity means to be faithful to agreements and responsibilities one has undertaken. If a nurse tells a client she will return to check on them in 30 minutes, she should be faithful to that promise. Nurses have responsibilities to clients, employers, government, society, the profession, and themselves. Veracity refers to telling the truth. For example, does a nurse tell a lie when it is known that that lie will relieve anxiety and fear? Lying to the sick and dying is rarely justified, as the loss in trust in the nurse and the anxiety caused by not knowing the truth usually outweighs any benefits that derive from lying. The term ethics has many meanings. It refers to a method of inquiry that assists people to understand the morality of human behavior. It is a way of looking at or investigating certain issues about human behavior. It can also refer to practices, beliefs, and standards of behavior of a certain group. A code of ethics is a formal statement of a group's ideals and values. It is a set of ethical principles that is shared by members of the group and reflects their moral judgments over time and serves as a standard for their professional actions. These standards are described in the group's code of professional conduct. Nurses are accountable for their ethical conduct. In 2004, the American Nurses Association published the revised Scope and Standards of Practice, with Standard 12 relating to ethics. The revised Code of Ethics for Nurses with interpretive statements was published in 2001 by the International Council of Nurses. The Code of Ethics for Nurses provides a statement of the ethical obligations and duties of every individual who enters the nursing profession. It is the profession's non-negotiable ethical standards, and it is an expression of nursing's own understanding of its commitment to society. Ethical issues. Ethical problems are created as a result of changes in society, advances in technology, conflicts within the nursing role itself, and the nurse's conflicting loyalties and obligations to clients, families, employees, physicians, and other nurses. Nurses' ethical decisions are influenced by their role perceptions, moral theories and principles, nursing code of ethics, level of cognitive development, and personal and professional values. The goal of ethical reasoning in the context of nursing is to reach a mutual peaceful agreement that is in the best interest of the client. The changing scope of nursing practice has led to an increasing incidence of conflicts between clients' needs and the expectations and nurses' professional values. With the development of sophisticated technology that affects the course and outcome of illness, nurses and clients face more complex ethical decisions. Because today's public is better informed about medical advances and issues, it is important that nurses become comfortable in dealing with clients, families, and peers facing ethical decisions. Nurses are ethically obligated to maintain a non-judgmental attitude, be honest, and protect the client's right to advocacy or privacy. Some strategies to enhance ethical decision making. There are several strategies to help nurses overcome possible organizational and social constraints that may hinder the ethical practice of nursing and create moral distress for nurses. The following strategies encompass areas of education, administration, practice, and research. Become aware of one's own values and ethical aspects of nursing situations. Most nursing programs include information about ethical topics. Continuing education helps practicing professionals learn more about ethics. Be familiar with the Nursing Code of Ethics. The content and intent of these codes focus on supporting nursing practice based on ethical principles. Understand the values of other healthcare professionals as well. An understanding of the values that other healthcare professionals hold enable nurses to appreciate and respect values, opinions, and responsibilities similar to and different from their own. Participate in ethics committees. Because nurses have more contact with client and families than other members of the healthcare team, they know the client better and have access to special kinds of information not available to other healthcare professionals. Nurses offer unique perspectives that can greatly improve the quality of the ethical decisions made in healthcare settings. Participate in or establish a nursing ethics group. A nursing ethics group can address the specific ethical issues of nursing practice and explore ethical choices nurses consider on a daily basis. Nursing ethics committees also can provide an opportunity for nurse-to-nurse collaboration, facilitating effective cooperation among nurses and increasing nurses' power or capacity to produce change and to implement the care they believe to be the most beneficial to their clients. Participate in or establish educational ethics rounds. Ethic rounds help all those involved to articulate their own view, encourage discussion of value conflicts, and help individuals apply decision-making skills. Advocacy. The focus of client advocacy is to respect client decision and enhance their autonomy. Its goal is to protect the rights of clients. Various levels and types of client advocacy include advocacy for self, advocacy for client, and advocacy for the community of which the nurse is a part. Advocacy is also needed for the profession, which benefits not only nursing but also the public. Its goal is to achieve better health care. A number of challenges face nurses who assume the role of client advocacy.